Most nonfiction authors focus on writing their book and maybe even figuring out how to publish it. But there's one foundational piece that too many authors overlook. And it's the reason their book marketing falls flat. In this episode of Your Path to Publish, I'm breaking down the 3 things you need to know about your audience if you want to publish a successful nonfiction book. And later, I'll share a surprising example of how one author found their audience in a place they really didn't expect. This is Your Path to Publish. I'm your host, Zach Christensen. For the past decade, our team has guided authors just like you to find the best path to publish your book, get people excited to buy it even before it launches, and to turn it into the ultimate business card to build your business and your legacy. If you are ready to get your book out of your head and into people's hands, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. To kick us off in this episode, let's start with the basics. Who is your audience? Now, I just don't mean a vague sense like women in business or people who like personal development. I mean really digging into what's behind your audience and what are they thinking? What are they feeling? What are they doing? And you're really getting into the details. So some questions you might ask yourself is, what stage of life are they in? What are they struggling with right now? And what kind of transformation are they hoping for based on the challenge or problem that they're facing that you are hoping to solve for? If you're writing a leadership book, are you speaking to a brand new manager who just got promoted, or someone in the C-suite that's looking to leave a legacy and really establish and build out the culture that they want to see within the organization? This is crucial as an author, no matter your publishing path, whether you're going hybrid publishing, self-publishing, or traditional publishing, because in all the reality, you are in charge of your own book marketing. You need to know how to speak directly to your ideal reader, or they'll never know if your book is for them. And in today's world, you have a small amount of time to be able to accomplish that. So as you're diving into this, don't just think about demographics. You want to get into the psychographics. And this is truly diving into what motivates them and what keeps them up at night. One way you can think about this in relationship to psychographics and identifying your ideal reader is to put it into one of these 3 categories. Is your reader a student, a doer, or a mentor? Each one needs something different from your message. And this really ties into something that we'll unpack in just a few minutes. But first, let's talk about content alignment. Too many authors deliver the wrong message at the wrong time. So let's say your book is packed with advanced strategy on how to do things in your space, but your reader is still Googling how to communicate effectively at work. So that might be a bit of a mismatch. You've got to meet them at their level and build from there. So here's the trick. Split your audience into 3 stages. A beginner, where they're brand new and just exploring. Intermediate, they've started learning how to communicate, for example, and they have a goal of where they want to go. Or advanced, they really want to take the next step and provide impact, maybe on a bigger platform. So your content, whether it's a blog, podcast, or the actual chapters in your book, should guide them from where they are now to where they want to be in the future. And that's how you start to build trust and momentum in your book publishing and book marketing efforts. And it's going to help you as you're writing your book, because as you figure out who they are, you're going to be able to bring that in and bring that messaging as you're writing the book and as they're reading the book. But of course, they have to know where to find it, which means you need to know, in our next part, where they hang out. It's good to know who they are, their psychographics, and where they're currently at, but you absolutely have to know where they hang out. And this is kind of where many authors either forget or they go in the wrong direction. They assume that everyone hangs out in the same place. But you want to dig down into what is your audience preferred platform, both online and offline because it may not be where you expect. You think they're on Instagram, but they're in a niche Facebook group or tuning into YouTube videos or business podcasts, or maybe they're a part of an organization that meets monthly, such as Toastmasters or some other speakers bureau, or they're a part of some training group such as the Association of Talent Development. And they might show up at these local meetups or at the library events or conferences in your niche. So really the key is to knowing and understanding where they're already looking for answers. For you, you're an expert in this space. Where did you start looking for answers when you first started down this path? As an example, I know of one author who was really struggling to get traction for their productivity book, which is an extremely crowded market. They tried LinkedIn, email, all the usual places that you would think they would go. They had some success there. But then they decided to niche down even further. They thought about what audiences might be forgotten when it comes to productivity. And so they looked in the medical field. And as they dove deeper, they discovered different areas of the medical community really struggled with productivity. So they started appearing on podcasts that had to do with the medical community. And now they're starting to get speaking invites. Their newsletter and signups is growing, and so are their book sales. Why? Because that was where their audience was going to be. Now, in this example, they did shift and go even more niche and go after what you would call in business maybe a vertical, but they tried something new, they tried something different. And this is really one of the major pillars in book marketing. As you're trying to show up in the right places at the right time with the right message, you need to experiment and try different things. So here are the key takeaways for this episode. Know who they are, meet them where they are at in their journey, and then you need to find out and show up where they hang out, online and offline, whether you're going through traditional hybrid publishing or self-publishing path. Understanding your audience is the foundation of every successful book, publishing, and book marketing plan. And knowing those three things about your audience will put you light years ahead of where you are today and will help you in every step of the way. Thank you for listening today. In the next episode, we're going to talk about what book success really looks like and how you might define it your way before you hit publish. If this episode was valuable, please leave a review if you haven't already and share it with a fellow author so that we can connect with those who need the most help in their author journey. As always, keep writing, keep building your author team, and go out there to have the best launch and impact as possible.